Colorado's good. Colorado's team is good. I'd say Texas went in there and they won that game. I wouldn't say Bama just lost. Brock Purdy is legit. He's legit. Plain and simple. Oklahoma is legit, folks. Boomer Sooner. They might be here to stay. The Chargers, right? They got all the pieces, but they're not moving the right ways. I don't know. They have all those big names, and they can't stop a Park Park. He looked like dog shit out there yesterday. He's the reason we lost our coins. Josh Allen's trying to do too much. He got too cute. He really did. He got too cute. It is Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Guys, why were we acting this offseason like they were just going to be good after what we saw last year? What was going to change? All their receivers are hurt. Anyway, Russell Wilson's more worried about, what his next PR move is and, signing babies and shaking hands than he is, being a leader of his team. He doesn't even give out his phone number to his teammates. The guy's a bot.
Damn, brand new bag for bro, but I didn't pay for it. I don't like spending that cash because I'm trying to savor it.
What's going on, folks? Happy BTL Thursday, episode 318 piece. Hold the fry, as always, joined by your hosts, Krabs and Javon, presented by Pickett Sports. And we got Alex starting up the show the only way with a 5-sub bangy whale. Let's fucking go, Alec. That's
Alec.
What I'm talking about, Beast. That's how we got to keep the energy, and that's how we got to keep our mindset today. Positive. We have not been hitting bets. I know. I promise you we're going to turn it around. We've been losing coins too. I promise. All right. We're not happy about it either. Went back to the drawing board today to find you some winners in college football, NFL, MLB. You guys know we're bouncing back. We're still killing it. It's been a tough 2 weeks. But, Javon, we owe the people some winners. Plain and simple.
Have to.
Plain and simple. Okay. Chats, we're going to go over some recaps from yesterday. Let's just get them over with. Rip the Band-Aid off. Yep. That's piss. Dodgers minus 1.5. How about Tigers minus 1.5 alt line at plus $1 million? Because that's what we should have taken as we get a Ron Muxclam sub bang given out to the community. That's my guy, Ron. That's my guy, Ron. It was always the Tigers alt line minus 1.5, Javon. We were so close.
Always was. Yeah. Pretty close to the button.
Yes. Good call with that under. In New York and Toronto, that one got weird, but still smacked. The Reds are breaking your heart every night. The Orioles stink. The Nats are good. They're the only team that came through really yesterday. And the Red Sox and Bayo stink, and so do the Yankees. So that's where we're at right now, folks. So we can go ahead and pivot back. And let's talk about some shit going on today because that was yesterday. Who gives a hoot? You know what I'm saying? Javon, we got some best bets down here below. I got my Royals POD shirt on today. We're hitting bets. Plain and simple. It really is. All right?
That might be the difference right there.
It could be the difference, the Royals tape. All right? Hopefully Chiote's in here. He needs to see this. Okay. How about this all-time exchange last night on Twitter between Trent and the squad? We knew it was caked when we saw this tweet last night. We knew the Dodgers squad ride wasn't going to smack, but that's okay. Trent's on the Dodgers every single night, whether it's a sneak or not. This tweet went out, Mega Max VIP Prem, Dodgers minus 1.5. And next thing you know, I'm seeing the funniest reply I've ever seen in my life on Twitter that has nothing to do with the Dodgers last night. But we'll show you guys. Because it was comical, and whoever made this is hysterical. When the Bears sell the Surge 6, Trent put me in the goat whale. Justin Fields on what might be causing him to overthink. It might not be the coaches. Maybe it's just him being in the goat whale the whole time. I don't know. That could be it.
Could be.
Could be it.
Could be. We'll find out. Trent's this is a big week for Justin Fields in the goat whale after he's already come out and pretty much said he's just going to run more. So it's putting Trent in a little piss. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. That Bears team's going to be playing from behind a lot this season, though. You're going to need Justin Fields to figure it out and get some yards in the air. Plain and simple. All right? Chat, what did you guys think about Justin Fields' comments yesterday? I thought it was pretty BS, but I don't really think he's wrong. I hate when players come out and say that, but I want to know your thoughts in chat. You think he was out of line? You think he's being a prima donna? You think he deserves to say that stuff? What do you guys think? I'm curious. Javon, let's pivot. That's enough goat whale talk for one segment. Let's talk about Cam Akers, who's found a new home in Minnesota. Guys, he got traded last night to Minnesota from the Rams, which is pretty weird because Sean McVay said he was going to be a centerfold of their offense in the offseason. But before that, there was a ton of weird shit going on behind the scenes. I don't know what it was, but Cam Akers obviously has been in the doghouse pretty much since he's been in LA. Now he's gone. He gets a fresh start. And I think people are forgetting how pretty damn good Cam Akers can be. And if you take out his one shit game this season, he's been pretty good in his last couple outings out there, Javon. I'm a Cam Akers guy. I still believe in him. And I'll tell you what, he sure as heck is better than Alexander Madison. All right, so they're going to be bringing him in so that it's not all on Kirk, right? Because he can't win games on his own. He's shown that already in the first 2 weeks. They're bringing in Cam Akers. I have a feeling he's going to be snagging this starting job pretty soon. It might not be this week, but I think he goes out there and outperforms Madison, and I think he will have the starting job. And yes, this probably is the most intense mid-off the world has ever seen. I'm with you on that, 100%. But I still take Akers over Madison, and I think he'll win that job. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think I'd take pretty much anybody over Madison at this point. I just don't like – I think there's a reason, though, that, Cam Akers, whether it was just organizational stuff or whatever it may be, I mean, he has been benched probably more times than he's gotten in the end zone. So, I don't take that for granted. So, I think he's an improvement, sure, could be in the longer term rest of the season, but I think it's just a mid-off, nothing more.
It's a mid-off. Nothing to get worried about, nothing to lose sleep over.
Yeah, I mean, if you had the Vikings had a dominant offensive line, that would be one thing, but very clearly they don't. So
good point.
It could be a step up, and I don't think it's going to be a game changer for them in the slightest.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely some beef with him and McVay. Just didn't work. Excited to see him get a fresh start. Maybe he'll rejuvenate that offense and get him to win this weekend. They're going to need one. 0-2 right now. They need a win. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving, folks. We've got an NFL Week 3 preview. We're going to rip through our snooze fest, Mikey over, blowout, upset alert, prize pick squares, and meat on table play of the weekend for the NFL. We're going to go over MLB slate as well today. And then we've got Georgia State, Coastal Carolina, which I'm very excited to talk about. And then we'll, of course, save the best for last, go into Thursday Night Football, straight bets, prize picks, you name it. We're going to cover it. All right. And yeah, W Trophy shirt. Had to break this one out today for the vibes after we've lost so many squad rides this week. So many.
Have to. That could be the difference. You could bring it back.
There it is. That could be the difference right there. That could be the difference. That POD trophy, seeing that on the screen, bringing good vibes. D-backs hat, Royals jersey goes crazy. Yeah, I didn't think that one through before stream, but I do like this hat and I do like this shirt. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving, Javon. Let's go ahead and power through this NFL Week 3 preview. All right, we'll get it started off with the snooze fest. We'll get it out of the way. Our favorite unders of the weekend, Javon. I like the Buffalo and Washington under. Total's already down a point. We've seen a lot of totals moving and grooving already since the lines opened. And this one is in that same boat. Total's down from 44.5 to 43.5. I don't think Sam Howell and Bieniemy are going to win this game or cover this game in a shootout. I think if the Manders want to have a chance, they're going to have to lean on their defense and try to lean on B-Rob against that pretty damn good Buffalo Bills D-line. We'll see how that works out. It probably won't work great, but with that Bills secondary, Javon, with some of the plays Sam Howell's made this year, I'd be surprised if Bieniemy doesn't try to tone down the offense. And with how well B-Rob played in his last outing, I think he'll get a chance to try to take over and run this offense at least to start. And I don't think that's a good thing. I don't. Because I think B-Rob had a great game last week, but I don't know if he's the kind of guy who we can lean our entire offense on. I think that's going to hurt our offense in this game, but I do think the clock will be tick, tick, ticking the entire time, which is good for the under. And I also think the Manders defense is going to strap up and perform very well against the overrated Bills.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat there. Something that I found out too, or I don't know if you know this or anything, but there's like that tropical storm that's heading there right over the weekend. That could have something to do maybe with a total trickling down, and we'll see if there's any effect come Sunday, because it's like supposed to hit Saturday and like late Saturday. That's what it looked like. So I don't know. I want to keep an eye on that. But yeah, that could make the Commanders in like hanging there in a weird game. Who knows?
Yeah, good for the under, good for the Manders. Bring on the way.
Definitely could be. I went with the first half under in Green Bay, New Orleans. I stuck to the first half because I guess back-to-back weeks now we saw Jordan Love and that Packers offense kind of really settle in play calling wise in the second half. So I do think they're going to give them some trouble. Everybody saw, I guess, on national television how the Saints are not very good, especially offensively. The defense will still give you some troubles. They'll get exposed by kind of better offenses down the line. But this Packers offense, I like Jordan Love. I like the pieces around him, but you do have injuries. Maybe Christian Watson's going to be back. It doesn't seem like Aaron Jones is going to be back. I think it's going to take a while. I think the defenses dominate early in this game, and then maybe the Packers settle in and kind of win this game. But it's going to be a slugfest, I think, to start out. I think that secondary, especially for the Saints, gives Jordan Love some troubles. I'm looking to hoping his interception square comes up on Prize Picks. So I'll be taking that.
Ooh, okay. Let's hope we see that thing pop up, float up there this weekend. Let's keep moving and grooving, Javon. I can definitely get down with that under, especially in the first half. Get in, get out. No fluke shit late, no overtime. I could definitely see OT in that game.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. Isolate the first half and fade these offenses that at least the Packers have been overperforming in my eyes. So I'm with you. Let's go to Mikey overs of the weekend here, Javon. Our favorite overs, points. I've got Chargers and Vikings. This might be the squarest play you'll see on my card all season, folks. I don't give a hoot. If this total was at 60, I'd be taking it. You're not going to see a lick of defense in this game between these two teams. We talked about the Chargers yesterday. They have all those pieces, all those expensive defensive players on that side of the ball, but they stink. Maybe it's coaching, I don't know, but through 2 weeks, they've given up a bazillion points with that, good defense. Well, I haven't seen it, and I haven't seen the Chargers defense look good in years, to be honest with you. Maybe it's scheme, maybe it's coaching. Either way, I don't think they're going to slow down Kirk Cousins, who has his back against the wall and is potentially about to get traded in this game afterwards if they don't win. Because both teams, one of the two is going 0-3. They're both 0-2. This is a must-win game for both teams. You're going to see the offenses show out throughout the entirety of the game, probably more Chargers late because Herbert's a comeback king. But then you got the Vikings who are going to be scoring the entire time. They got that new addition of Cam Akers who can't hurt their running situation. I like points in this game. The total's already up 5 points from the 49.5 opener, Javon. Give me points in that game.
Yeah, I'm in. Went with the Bears Chiefs. We talked about it yesterday. I do think Justin Fields, despite how impressive the Chiefs defense has looked these first 2 weeks of the season, I think he has a better game, and a lot of it's resting on him himself, saying that he's going to kind of work more instinctually in the offense. He's going to run a little more, which can't hurt. So I do think they put up some points, but especially like the Chiefs defense or the Chiefs offense against the Bears, who get absolutely no pressure, partially because they don't blitz, but partially just because their defensive line hasn't been impressive. It's going to give Mahomes time to sit back there and be comfortable, and his weapons have not been great to start the season. Who better of a matchup to go than against this Bears defense? So this would be kind of a perfect time to settle in. I really wanted to back the Bears to score some points and get their offense rolling a little bit, but I don't want to forget the Chiefs kind of getting going against a really bad defense too. So I'm going to encompass them. I do think they win pretty big, but the Bears will hang in there for a little bit.
I hope you're wrong, but I do see points in this game. We'll get to that in a moment. All right. Anything in the 1 p.m. game, fellas? I promise, Jay, we will get to all the games. What kind of sports betting show will we be if we didn't get to the games that we're starting up? We're going to finish this NFL segment. We're going to go over the MLB slate, and then we're going to get to the good shit. College football, NFL. All right, guys, stay patient. Ask any questions in chat you got about the games. Okay, let's keep moving and grooving. And let's hop to the blowouts of the weekend here, Javon. 2 teams we think are going to be winning big. I'm buying low, I guess, on the Raiders here and selling high mainly on the Steelers. Javon, that line is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea how this isn't at least a pickup, if not having the Steelers be a favorite after a big-time, nationally televised primetime win last week. It makes no sense why the Raiders are laying 3. And I'll tell you what, that offense is plenty good enough. Jimmy G is a winner. He is. Derek Carr is not a winner. Jimmy G is. If he hasn't proven that over the last couple of years, guys, open your eyeballs. That's just facts. And then you got Jacoby Myers, who should be back this week. He's honestly been pretty decent for them. Obviously, Devontae Adams is a freaking stud. I mean, that dude's an absolute beast. And then you got that defense, Javon, that's playing much, much, much better. That defense is playing okay. They got Crosby on the D-line. They've been limiting the big plays. I am all in on the Raiders this weekend. I'm laying the points. They win this game by 10+.
Fair enough. I went with the Browns backing one of the teams who look kind of like shit off the Monday night too. Those 2 terrible games. This is perfect for them because obviously they have no Nick Chubb, which doesn't help from a balance perspective. Jerome Ford, and then whatever we get out of Kareem Hunt is going to be the rushing attack there. But against the Titans, what do you want to target? Their secondary, which has been near the bottom of the NFL so far to open the season. So Deshaun Watson, this is the first time he's really going to have to sling it. And there's a reason why his props are so high. for this game compared to what we saw the first 2 weeks, one in the monsoon, one against a really tough matchup. And the Steelers is not the same matchup with the Titans. The defense is good. Their front seven is good at generating pressure. But once you get to the secondary, Amari Cooper, we'll see how healthy he is and if he plays. I assume he is. Elijah Moore, he too. They're going to feast. And this is going to be the first game where Deshaun Watson's going to come back after everybody thinks he looks so bad because his offensive line had a rookie sitting on TJ Watt and he was getting pressured and having to run around for the entire game. That ain't happening in this game. So the Browns are going to score and they're going to win big.
Okay. I'm in. And I'll tell you what, that Cleveland media is absolutely cooking Deshaun. He's either going to keel over and die and probably quit football and quit the team, and we're never going to see him again after this game, or he's going to put up a 50 pace.
Oh, yeah.
Because that media is torturing him, pretty much trying to kick him out. It's been ridiculous.
They should be scrutinizing him for, the off the field stuff, but the first 100%. chance they could get after him having a not so good game, they're going to take it. So when do you back him? Right after that. I'm
in. Let's keep moving and grooving, folks. Upset alert of the weekend. I'm going back to the well. I'm taking the Jets. Yeah, guys, I know the Jets haven't beaten the Patriots since Vietnam War. Okay, I understand. I don't give a hoot. Okay, those were years ago. How about right now? How about this Sunday when these guys face off? And how about the Jets defense, who did not impress me too much last week? I mean, they were just getting absolutely battered up by the freaking Cowboys. But against the Patriots and Mac Jones, I think they'll step it up a notch. And with that total moving down, I think this game is going to be, a point or two either way. When it finishes, it's going to be tight. And I'm not saying the Patriots aren't going to pull out a win, but I love the way the line's been moving from that 4.5 opener. It's moved all the way to 2.5 now for the Jets, which is huge. So give me Zach Wilson. I hate to do it, but this is one of the nastiest plays on the slate, fading the Patriots and betting a Jets team who has not beaten them in years. The Jets defense is going to win this game themselves. The Mac Jones is going to have zero time to throw the ball.
Fair enough. I went Falcons on the road against the Lions, which this is another line that's been dropping, but there's a little more reason for it. I mean, the Lions are riddled with injuries at this point, including possibly, Amon-Ra St. Brown, which I honestly would feel comfortable with A.J. Terrell on him anyway, but if not, I think the secondary can have a pretty decent game against that Lions receiving core. And overall, I think the Falcons, we talked about it yesterday, they're the one team who's they don't play very conventional football. And if there's a team that's set up to go on the road and milk clock and have long, sustainable drives against this Lions team, it's the Falcons. They're going to run all over them, which they can do pretty much to any team. But this is going to be a surgical little Falcons on the road upset. Again, I think the rushing attack's going to be potent. I think their defense is going to be perfectly fine. Are they going to shut down that Lions offense completely? No, but they're going to go on the road and get them out of their comfort zone with the offensive drives that they're going to have. So, the Falcons on the road.
Sure.
That line's starting to drop even more now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Don't let the Falcons get hot, Javon. It might be too late. Is it a new era in Atlanta? Are you liking what you're seeing?
I love what I'm seeing. Not as I have their futures and everything, so I like it in that aspect. Not as much as a Bucs fan, seeing Baker Mayfield give me some hope early in the season, but we'll see how it plays out.
Okay. W's, and yes, a lot of sketch games this week. Make sure you guys come to us for the plays, for the winners. We're coming in hot. Okay? We're hitting bets this weekend left and right. Javon, I love that play. Give me the Falcons. Inject them into my veins. They're going to be a live dog this entire season until the books start respecting them. I'm in.
It's also 100%. I am not rooting for injury, of course, but Amon-Ra being out could be so massive.
Yeah, especially in the red zone, huh?
Yeah, in the red zone. It would be huge.
Could be the difference, folks. Straight up. All right. Let's move to Prize Pick Squares for the weekend chats. We're going to go over these, and then we're going to hop to MLB after our meet on tape POD for the weekends. But I got two squares I like. We're fading one guy. We're backing another. I'm taking Josh Jacobs to score a touchdown this weekend. Hasn't had one yet. He's getting one this weekend against that absolute moose rush defense. Yep, you heard me. The Steelers, their moose rush defense. Guys, they've given up runs galore on the ground so far. I mean, you saw what Chubb was doing before his leg exploded. He was dominating, and I'm expecting the same thing out of Josh Jacobs, and I thought it was weird that square was up. And you know what else is weird, Javon, that a square's up? Yeah, it's Tyreek Hill. And I'm going back to him. I know he scored last week. I don't give a hoot. He's not scoring again this week. The fact that that's up might make it the weirdest square of all time, considering he scored 3 times through the first 2 weeks. So I'm going to fade Tyreek one more time. Do I think he's the best receiver in football this year? Yes. Is he going to lead the league in receiving yards? Probably, if him and Tua stay healthy. But is he scoring a touchdown this weekend? Fuck no. With that square up, are you kidding me? He ain't scoring. Fade him. We move.
Not a single hoot.
Zip.
Yeah, my first one is Deshaun Watson to not throw a pick. This literally seems to me like a carbon copy of the Josh Allen square that we took last week. And there's a really good matchup, obviously, with the Raiders defense, who isn't going to be super aggressive in the secondary. The Titans secondary is the same way. He's coming off a nationally televised game on Monday night where everybody thinks that he had the worst performance of all time. Allen threw 3 picks. Deshaun Watson only had 1, but he had 2 other turnovers. So this is the perfect time to hop in when you see an interception square. And on the books, you look, and what is it? Minus 135 to the under. So literally a carbon copy of everything we saw with the Josh Allen square. So I'll be backing Deshaun Watson in multiple ways, and that'll be one of them. Then the Brian Robinson, going back to it, I went to it last week and I was pissed. I'll definitely be monitoring the little hurricane situation because that would make me feel not as great about it if we see certain effects, and the total is probably going to be dropping any more or even more. So, but I don't think he's going to have much success against this Bills front seven. And as long as the weather allows, I think that Sam Howell is actually going to have a pretty decent game, and the Manders are going to score a little bit. So I think it'll be a little less Brian Robinson, a little more Sam Howell for this offense, partially out of necessity, but I also think they can be pretty good. So that's who I'm fading.
Okay. Fading my guy B-Rob after a career game. That's pretty messed up. You know, he got shot in the leg, right? That's pretty fucked up.
I do. Yeah.
It's not personal, folks. It's just business. Remember, just because we're taking a less than doesn't mean we hate these guys' guts. It just means we want to see green. It's that simple.
Yep.
All right.
100%.
Let's move on to our meat on tape plays of the weekend, Javon. 2 plays we fucking love. And yes, I'm taking the Bears. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears win this game outright, folks. The Chiefs, what have the Chiefs showed us? Yeah, they looked a little bit better in week 2. Week 1, they look like they're missing the enemy. Straight up. They missed them. They need them. We got them. They don't have them. They probably want them back. They're not getting them. And they're missing them. Okay? Couple things. They got that Travis Kelce touchdown square up on Prize Picks. That's not hitting. And after all the Taylor Swift drama, I'm sure people will be, taking that because he's hooking up with Taylor Swift. Guys, what does that have to do with the game? If anything, he's going to be more distracted like our guy OBJ we talked about yesterday, and we should be fading him. But I think there's going to be plenty of points in this game. It's not going to be an under. That's not how the Bears are going to cover this one. It's going to have to be a shootout. And Justin Fields in that presser yesterday gave me the vibes that he's going to go out there and not listen to fucking anyone this weekend. And you know what, Javon? With the coaches running that show, after what we heard yesterday, maybe that's a good thing because they're a bunch of freaking bozos. Whatever the heck's going on in Chicago, we don't even really know the deets, and people were spreading around false stuff yesterday, guys. Be careful what you're reading. Be careful what you're seeing. You don't know if it's true. No, the FBI, Peanut Tillman didn't fucking raid his old friend's coach's house. That didn't happen. Okay, and if you guys believe that, although I will say Peanut Tillman does work for the FBI now, apparently, and that's actually kind of crazy to think about and pretty cool. But the other shit was bogus, guys. Bogus. Okay, so be careful what you're reading. But got the Bears. This is the buy low spot of the millennium here when they don't have their defensive coordinator. Justin Fields is roasting the coaching staff. This is the fattest spread of the weekend, and they're playing the almighty Chiefs who won the Super Bowl. Guys, if the Chiefs covered spreads like this, Vegas wouldn't look like it did, and the sports books would be out of business. Use your brains. Justin Fields is going to run around that field with 200 rushing yards and 0 passing yards. Sorry, Trent, but it's true. And he's going to cover this spread by any means necessary.
I'll be rooting for it. I think you might need some Mima at the end there. So we'll see how it plays out.
If I need to call Mima in, I'll make the call. I
could totally see them. It's like 34-17 or something, and the Bears get a late touchdown, something crazy. So
100%.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I went with Kenny Pickett, and I like his passing yards. I'll probably still be taking that, but the real meat on table play would be his completions. There's just not a line out for that yet, so I didn't want to just pull a number out of my ass. But the reason why I love it is because we have this Raiders defense who has looked – that's a funny tweet. The Raiders defense has looked better in some ways, but also it's because they're playing like super conservative cloud coverage. So if you look at a lot of the clips of their offense, and shout out to Jen, he sent me a tweet showing all of that. It's a lot of like too high safety looks with very conservative coverage. So if you look at the Bills and the Broncos, the same thing they both came out and said was they're kind of blanketing them deep, kind of like Belichick did with Tyreek, but allowing everything underneath. So I, as a person who has the Kenny Pickett 300-yard square or 300-yard game square, I would love this because this is going to give them plenty of chances to have a bunch of checkdowns in the offense, whether that's to Najee and whatever cast of running backs they bring out, and then maybe Pickens is a little used in the short game, whatever it may be. The short game is going to be how the Steelers are going to stay in this game. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think Kenny Pickett is going to get into a rhythm where he won't really have to do too much with his arm, big play-wise, and it's just going to be dink and dunk all the way down, and maybe they stall out in the end in the red zone like they've been doing for the majority of the start of the season. But he's going to dink and dunk their way to a lot of completions and then probably a lot of yards too.
Okay. You know what? They're going to be getting beaten so bad in this game, Javon. He's going to have to air it out. I don't hate this one bit. They're going to be down 30 points at half, and Kenny Pickett's going to have no choice. Let the kid play. Let him air it out. He's magical. He gives me Heineke vibes. He might not have the strongest arm. He might not be the fastest guy out there. He might not be the biggest guy. But Kenny Pickett has that weird moxie about him. He wins. He makes plays happen. He's got that magic. Okay, he just does. Watch him play for the last 6 years, including at Pitt. He just does. Let the kid play. Let him throw the ball. All right? If your OC is not going to let him do it, then fucking fire his ass. Because why'd you draft Kenny Pickett in the first place if you're going to hand the ball off to shitty-ass Najee Harris every week?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see pretty soon. We'll see some Jalen.
I fucking bet. Kenny Pickett's dog shit.
Dudes.
I bet.
I'd take him over Lamar in the throwing contest.
Are you kidding me?
I would. I'd rather have Lamar on my team, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, pure arm talent. I think everybody would take Kenny. Or you should take Kenny.
Right. Guys, we haven't even seen this kid be able to throw the ball. They don't let him throw. Let him play. Let him play. All right? Krabs is being extra moron today. Damn, you guys are being extra salty today. It's probably because the squad rides aren't hitting. But if you don't like my plays, go ahead and fade them. DMs are open. All right. But NFL plays last year, 61%. I know what I'm doing. They smack. And plays like the Bears plus 12.5, as nasty as they look, they smack. They do. If you don't want to take it, fade it. I don't give a shit. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving. Javon, MLBs. Let's talk about them. You want to take us through these couple early games starting up?
Yeah, these are pretty difficult games at that. But yeah, we can start here. What do we have first up? The Rays game. This is a game that I certainly don't want to get involved in, to be honest with you. Like, I think both these pitchers have a pretty good shot to deal. I mean, we have a 7.5 total in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Angels are pretty live in this game, especially if Griffin Koenig has a good bit of strikeout stuff, which he usually does, and especially in the slider, which a lot of the Rays righties especially have struggled with. It's just, I don't think there's going to be a big variance here of outcomes. I think regardless, you're going to see two really good performances from both these pitchers. Maybe Eflin gives up a couple turkeys, what he's been known to do, and I wouldn't be shocked if he does this matchup. But I think it's going to be a relatively low-scoring game. Maybe the Angels squeak it out, but again, not going to the grave with that one. The Cardinals is a super, super weird game. I like this over 8.5 or 9 now, but I don't know if you've seen the splits are gone through Twitter for 2 seconds. Everybody's on the Brewers, and there is somebody nuked the Cardinals if you look at the splits too. But everybody's on the Brewers. Miles Michaelis has been god awful. Wade Miley is a serviceable pitcher. Hasn't been terrible, but I think honestly against the Cardinals, he's in for a little bit of a shelling. I don't think Michaelis pitches incredibly well too, but there's something going on with this game, so I would have to lean this over, and I don't want to go to the grave with the Cardinals at this point in the season either, but that's definitely what I would lean. Them taking care of business here and really hitting up Wade Miley and then getting into the bullpen very early where, the Brewers are at a point in the season where if Wade Miley gets hit out, they're not going to see A guys out of the bullpen, especially after they pitch kind of in sequences, like one maybe a day, if that. So yeah, if Miley gets crushed, you're not going to see the A guys out of the bullpen, and the Cards are going to continue to put up runs.
PP Squares was screaming Cardinals in the over. I agree, B Camp's saying. You know what, fellas? I'm down to get weird, and lock in the Cardinals on the ML. It's been a while. I like that spot. Javon, you're saying the splits are crazy. Somebody dropped an absolute nuclear missile whale play on the Cardinals ML.
These are the splits last I saw. Just
Somebody put their mortgage on the Cardinals ML today?
Crazy splits for
Cardinals are fake sharp.
midday.
Cardinals are real sharp. How about that? We're not going to know until the game's over, folks. If we did, they wouldn't play them, and we wouldn't be here. Mattress Mac on the Cardinals ML. Please tell me that's a joke.
Mattress Mac. Yeah, it has to be.
Please tell me that's a joke before I lock this in. I'm sure it is. All right. Just go over, he's saying. There's pretty much zero reason to bet any side in both these games. Big Whale Balls is saying.
Yeah,
there's always a reason. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. G Units on the cards. Well, I'm tailing them.
Tailing
this
G
time
Unit.
I mean it. Yep. I'm tailing them. Give me Mikolas. Tidball. That guy, he doesn't care if they're 0-162 or 162-0. He's going out there competing his ass off. You don't got to worry about his motivation. You just got to worry about his pitches.
Yeah. I don't know who's disrespecting the Brewers. I think we're leading into it a little more because of the situation they're in. They're already
Brewers are good. I don't understand it. Yeah, I don't understand how the Brewers get away with it, but they do, and they keep winning.
They can't hit, but they can pitch.
They can pitch, and that's a good model once you get in the postseason. See how it plays out for them.
100%.
All right, I got to put a unit on the Cardinals ML. I don't have a choice. I need something to sweat out for these day games, folks. If you're trying to get in on maybe the nastiest play of the early slate, you can ride with me on the Cardinals. All right? Javon, are you taking the over in that game? Are you down to take the Cardinals and ride?
Guess we're taking the Cardinals and riding? Is that the consensus here?
I think we have to. Let's not overthink it, no pun intended, and let's bet those splits. Because somebody's putting their mortgage on it, and I want to tail.
That going up, that late steam to 9, though, is certainly catching my eye.
Is it?
Because that was what I liked initially before I even took a look at the splits and anything.
I'm seeing two of the biggest mushes I know in my life right now on Milwaukee money line. That's enough for me to lock in St. Louis.
We'll give it a shot.
Come on.
We'll give it a shot.
Taking the over. Remember Wiley? Bro, leave him alone. Javon ain't tailing. Yeah, you're probably not. I wouldn't blame him either. All right, let's keep going. Cardinals ML. Maybe Angels ML half unit sprink in that first game.
If you want anything to sprink there, yeah, that's probably it.
Okay.
I don't think it's worth laying it with the Rays on the run line or the ML, but
okay.
Yeah, you could get cute with that. That would be it.
Okay. 2 people on Brewers is horrible analysis. Well, these 2 people I know who are on them and tracking them are atrocious at betting. And I've had pretty good success taking the other side. We move. Let's talk about the Nats. Let's talk about Jake Irvin and Max Fried. Is it going to get ugly for my Nats today, bro?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think the Braves are going to drop a 10-piece on us today.
Well, that would be good because I'm taking the team total over 5.5.
Yep, that's a pretty good look. What do you like about it?
Yeah, well, Jake Irvin, I mean, I honestly think like the strikeout stuff's going to be there today, which over the past couple starts, at least the swing and miss has been drastically improved. But there's also been the other side of that where he's giving up a lot of hard hits and a lot of barrels, which that is exactly the situation you don't want to be in going to a matchup against the Braves, and especially against someone like the lefties who have been absolutely crushing baseballs, and against these type of guys like a Matt Olson, like a Michael Harris, like any of those guys who I think match up pretty well against him. So I think this is going to get ugly very quickly for Jake Irvin. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. I think early and often this Braves offense has been waiting to explode. It's been a couple of days. It's about to get ugly for my Nats, unfortunately. Also, I'm pretty sure Kurt Corbin pitches tomorrow.
Ooh.
Against the Braves. You think he's getting 10 Ks?
Lord, he just might. I mean, if there was any team to do it against, we would just not expect it to happen. I mean, if he gets 10 Ks against the Braves,
he does pitch better. He pitches better against good teams. I don't know what it is.
Legendary.
That would be. But you're taking Braves team total today?
Yeah, they're scoring.
One of your favorite plays today. One of your best bets.
It is one of my best bets today.
People forget.
Those haven't gone well like the past week, but it's changing.
You can't all your bets.
Yeah.
There's still 500 people in here watching because they believe. They know.
Yeah, we believe.
Right.
I believe. Nats get moosed. That's the goal.
Should I shoot Corbin a tweet like I did with Tress Way? Although I will say Patrick Corbin has not been active in years on Twitter, probably because everything is just terrible things being said about him. Terrible things.
Should motivate him, yeah.
Krabs, you say the word, man, and I'll make the call. Ooh. Yeah, you might have to pull Jake early today. Maybe put in one of our atrocious long relievers. Could you do that for me, Davey Martinez, please? All right.
That could be huge.
Any squares on the Braves you want to take?
I mean, whenever I take the Braves team total, it's a majority because I believe every single guy in the lineup can do it. Yeah. That's exactly how I feel today. If I had to pick one guy that stood out to me matchup-wise, I mean, it would probably have to be, like with the squares we have, it would probably have to be Matt Olson. But
really?
Yeah.
Matt Olson fantasy score or total basis?
I would just take total basis. I think he's ripping a double.
Okay. W's. We got follows coming in from Big Rick Shot, Explicit 6, Ali TX, Murph coming in with a follow. Let's go, squad. Welcome. W's. We got hella follows coming in right now, folks. MD4 Hacker coming in with a sub bang as well. Ron Mux Clam, you're already a goat. I shouted you out. Rumor has it Ron has a 5U whale. He might be dropping on the search.
Did see that lurking. Got to tap in.
Yeah. Hella follows right now on the Twitch. Love it. Let's keep moving and grooving. Just signed in, you guys on the cards. This guy gets it. Zio, 96. You get it, buddy. And yes, we're on the Cardinals MO. Okay. Luis Garcia over total basis. I don't know if I'm ready to go back to the well with him after yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday might have been the day.
Straight up. All right. Chewy's got a 2U whale today. Sure. Dubs. Javon, Braves, team total, Matt Olson, TBs. We move?
We do.
Sure. Take us to New York.
I despise this game again, but it's kind of seeming like the same. Like, I mean, I don't want to play the Yankees, but I do want to play some form of under because I do think Garrett Cole just pitches that well, and Jose Barrios also pitches pretty well. And this is kind of a slow game, at least to start, like we saw last night. I was about to be in absolute shambles if the 8th and 9th inning took that game over after one run to that point, but it didn't, thankfully. This feels like a pretty similar game, so I don't want to overreact to last night's game and just take the first 5 because the second you do that is when they soar over the first 5 and there's not a run for the entire rest of the game. So stick it to the same under 7 makes a lot of sense, but I'll see. I'll react on that one.
Sure.
I do have a play in this next game though that I like a little more probably.
Let's go.
Mets money line against the Phillies.
Really?
Yeah.
Plus 135 piece. Hold the fry.
Yep, plus 135. I actually I kind of like David Peterson, and
same.
They tweaked. Yeah, I mean, I like him. I've liked him for a while. He's just been bad, but now since he's been back, they've tweaked something with him, which is interesting because he's been really good. They tweaked something with him, so now he's a lot more ground balls, which has been his MO for all of his career, but he's been a lot better at doing it. A lot more ground balls, a lot more swing and miss, a lot less hard contact. And that is all huge for a Phillies team who hits fly balls. They're league average against lefties after they went through a stretch where they were really, really good. Now they're back to average. And they're a big fly ball team, like I said. They're a big hard contact team, which those are the lefties that they're very successful against. So I think David Peterson has a pretty decent start. It's all going to come down to, can the Mets hit Ranger Suarez, which I think, honestly, they can. I think they're going to be patient enough to generate base runners and make life difficult for them. So I do think the Mets are going to keep this one very competitive all throughout the game. It's going to be back and forth, and then they scratch one out late and play a little spoiler here. So I'm on David Peterson. I'm out.
Plus Chicky. Okay, fading the red hot Phils, man. You got a death wish? My goodness.
Sometimes you got to. September baseball is difficult, so you gotta get into it.
100%. 100%. Any squares in that game you like? Any Mets bats?
I don't know who they have up. I mean, David Peterson, you see that 4.5 hits allowed square?
I do.
I
Huh.
bet.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting why that'd be so low. Huh. Could
Hmm.
also take Ranger hits allowed. I don't hate that one bit. Let's take a look at that one. Maybe that's looking like a weird chart too. We'll peep it. Wouldn't mind going either of those angles. Wouldn't mind backing a Mets bats. And we'll take a look at those too. Yeah, I like this one as well. Sure. Okay. You'd probably rather go Peterson.
Rather go Peterson because that's more so the reasoning for the play. He also I don't know what his innings are going to look like today, but usually he's not fully extended, so that would be a little bit on our side. But I mean, look at the offense he's been facing, even when he's been much improved. And yeah, this is also a massive potential letdown spot, which also plays in your favor too. But yeah, I think he pitches really well today.
Okay. David Peterson Legacy Masterclass incoming. W's.
Crazy.
Maybe that less than 4.5 hits allowed.
Yeah.
Dubs. Yeah, they only have Lindor or Tim LeCastro up.
Tim LeCastro
That's
is crazy.
They got Tim up. They got Timmy up, literally.
That's actually a despicable square.
They got Trent's kid up. Timmy LeCastro for half a T-bag. You think he's coming through? Little Timmy?
I mean, it might have to be sprinkled.
Don't let LeCastro get hot though.
I mean, yeah, I guess he's Mark McGwire all of a sudden, getting all these total bases, but not even playing every day.
Okay. All right. He might not even play. Yeah, that's super weird.
Yeah, I mean, 100% wait for the lineup if you're going to sprinkle that, but interesting.
Okay. Neto base knock for the Angels. Cardinals game starting up in 1 minute, chat. Get your nasty bet in before it's too late. All right. Javon, take us to the next game. What do you got in Baltimore, Cleveland?
I don't really have much in this game because I have no idea what the pitching plan is for the Guardians. So, if anything, I would say Grayson Rodriguez is going to pitch pretty well. I mean, as he should. He's going up against the Guardians. They're minus 180 on the road. But I really don't have all that much to say because I don't know. I don't know what the Guardians are doing.
100%. I think I'm seeing some Hunter Gattises being thrown around, Javon. It could be your guy Hunter coming back.
Lord. That would be good. That would be fine to back him against some teams. I don't know about the O's. It's not a team, man. That's not a team I want to back Hunter Gattis against. I'll tell you that much.
No, if anything, I want to fade him. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it. I would.
Yeah. Gray Rod. Probably Gray Rod minus 1.5 there.
Okay. It says Hunter Gattis. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be Gattis. We'll see, though. We'll see. I took Brewers plus 1.5 last night. Opportunity we both cash. Downside, I hope we do both cash, brother. I do. What was the Yankees book play? Davey Martinez burner. It was the under in that game. Javon, take us to Wrigley. What do you like in Chicago Pet?
I don't want to go back to the Pirates, but I definitely can't get caught laying it with the Cubs today. I will say, though, it seems like there's a little bit of wind coming in, which made this total a little less weird. I thought we'd see a 9 straight from the jump, especially after, what the Cubs have done offensively the last couple of games and, yesterday what they gave up. I was certainly expecting a 9 with Oviedo Hendricks. I think we've seen this matchup exactly before a couple of times at 9+. So that makes it a little less weird. But, if that wind's coming in, that can only help Kyle Hendricks and Oviedo, I guess, in some part too. Both pitchers that give up a good amount of fly balls. So I don't mind backing the Pirates. I just don't want to keep going back to with how bad the Cubs are playing because eventually they're going to snap into it, especially like the bullpen, which if Kyle Hendricks can give them a very solid start, that's innings eating that they absolutely need right now. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Pirates hang in this game. If anything, I'm playing them, but nothing for me there.
You're not sprinting to the books to bet the Pirates?
No, because my Reds bet pretty much hangs in the balance with, thankfully, that was probably worst case scenario loss for them yesterday, but thankfully the Cubs and Marlins also choked. So they're still kicking.
I can't believe they wasted that Hunter Green start yesterday.
I really can't believe that either.
Guy had a dozen strikeouts.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
More.
Oh, gross. Yeah, he might have had more. Baker's dozen, 13.
Yeah, 14, I think. Yeah.
Baker's dozen plus 1. He had 14.
It's insane.
Holy smokes. All right. Dubs, Let's keep moving and grooving, folks. Drew, people forget Columbus -1.5. They came through. W's, Drew. That's what I'm talking about. Chat, if you guys aren't hip, follow me on TikTok. Same name as the Twitter. All right, Crabs with a K _bets. Going live every single day, crafting up winners at night. So make sure you drop a follow on my TikTok if you don't already. All right, my guy spoon-fed me an MLS winner last night. He talked me into tailing it. I did, and it smacked W's. Can we talk about college football now? Sure. We can talk about college football soon when we get to it. Let's go to Detroit and Oakland. Javon, 2 more baseball games here. I know you're itching to talk about the Athletics today. What do you got?
Yeah, don't got much. I do think they kind of hang in this game, but it's not going to be with their bats. Like, I think, if anything, it's going to be on the backs of Luis Medina and the lack of Tigers bats, I guess you could say. Skubal is going to pitch very well. I think I don't see a world where he goes out there and gets rocked, to be honest with you. But Medina, I think, can hang in there. If you're looking for, I don't know, playing a little bit of value, I would say A's first 5+0.5. But I just don't mind squaring up and taking the under in this game either. I think towards the end of the season, I think you can get away with quite a few Tigers unders or A's unders when they're in really, really bad matchups, what I think Skubal is for them. I think you can go out there and strike out 10 if you really wanted to today. But been a little too good lately, so I don't want to be all eggs in that basket. I do think Medina pitches well, and the A's stay in it. It's competitive. I think 3-2.
The end. W's. What about the Giants and the Dodgers? What do you like in that game?
I kind of like this over. Kyle Harrison and Sheehan, which Kyle Harrison is fantastic, but we saw this, or we have seen this, I guess, a couple times already. When he faces teams that are good against lefties and good against fastballs, because he throws plenty of them, and he's either overpowering teams with his fastball, the teams who can't hit it, or he's getting absolutely rocked by the teams that can't hit it. The Dodgers certainly can hit it, and it doesn't hurt, I guess, that the Dodgers are coming off the performance the last couple of days. They've been pretty anemic offensively, and I think this is probably a better matchup for them if you take off the name in terms of Kyle Harrison than the other 2 pitchers that they've seen from the Tigers the last 2 days. So I do like them to hit up Kyle Harrison. Sheehan, too, has been steadily improving. This is a desperate Giants team. So I do think they put up a couple of runs, but I think it's going to be a majority Dodgers in this game. This is probably one that's a touch higher that I was kind of expecting here. I was probably expecting an 8.5, and I believe opened 8.5, juice the over, and now it's already moved up. So definitely fun to lean into that after a tough offensive performance from the Dodgers last night.
Huge cards double play, and I'm good on the Dodgers -1.5 tonight. That's for sure. Give me runs, and I hope the Dodgers lose outright after last night. I do. Straight up. All right. Let's talk some college football, folks. The game of the night. Honestly, I'm more excited about this game than the NFL game. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of it's better. It literally is. Javon, do you remember this game last year? Do you remember how electric it was?
Yeah, I don't know if it was a squad ride, but I feel like we had something on Georgia State in this game.
It might have been a squad ride, and they definitely didn't cover in that game. You know why they didn't cover?
Why?
Because they had 4 turnovers, and Granger played like crap. Their stud QB, who's a senior this year. Here's the deal, guys. Let me lay out how the series has gone the last 4 years. The away team has won outright the last 4 years in this series. Crazy. Georgia State has gone into Coastal Carolina the last 2 times they've done it and won outright. And the same with Coastal at Georgia State, which is not as crazy because that team's been ranked recently, but a weird series. These teams are always more competitive, and these games are always weirder than they should be. Okay, and last year you saw 4 turnovers from Georgia State in this matchup that cost them the game. They were in this puppy, and they crept back into it, but they gave up 21 points in the first quarter. Sloppy as heck. Granger, he looked nervous. I don't know what it was, but he gets another chance at redemption tonight against Grayson McCall, one of the best quarterbacks in college football. But McCall hasn't been anything special this season. He'd only played half the game in the last game, and against UCLA, his entire team got dominated, and he had a couple picks and really couldn't do much. So I wouldn't say Grayson McCall is in midseason form yet. This would be the time to fade him early on in the season before he heats up, because that guy can win games himself when it comes down to it, when he's locked in. But right now, when he hasn't played that much, and with Granger and how well they've been playing and he's played for them, I mean, this is the first time Georgia State is undefeated, 3-0 to start the season in their school's history. Okay, this program is on the come up. I was high on them last year, and they had so much talent, Javon. but they flopped. They absolutely flopped. But they run the heck out of the ball. They got Granger QB, who's a dual threat beast, and he's learned to throw this year. He had a great game last week against Charlotte. He absolutely lit up the scoreboards in the air. So that's great to see, but we know he wins with his legs. And they have Marcus Carroll, this kid on the screen who's been grittying. He's an absolute beast too. And he's going to get the rock at least 20 times. He has in every game so far this season. And we're going to be targeting his rushing yards, but we'll get to that in a moment, Javon. I know Georgia Tech's defense stinks. But you know what? Coastal Carolina's defense stinks too. And I want to back the points when the spreads come down from 10 to 6.5. And I'm willing to back Darren Granger in his senior season to continue to impress people. Guys, this kid is talented as hell. He's a stud. If you haven't watched him play and you've been hearing all this Grayson McCall talk, don't be surprised if Granger goes out there and outplays McCall. And I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia State not only covers this game, Javon, but wins this game outright. Once again, on the road, like it's gone in this series the last 4 years.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. This would be, I guess, the first test for Georgia State. But even with, I guess, the quality of opponent issue that we see or discrepancy that we see, pretty impressed with Granger not turning the ball over, which is one of the problems that we saw all last year, even against much, significantly inferior opponents. So if that's going to be the same, I know this Coastal Carolina defense, I think, especially in the run game, is not going to be all that much of a challenge for them. I wouldn't be surprised if they stick in this game and win it. But on the other side, too, I don't think their pass defense is going to be much of a resistance to Coastal Carolina either.
Yeah, there should be points in this game. I thought about maybe trying to target the under and get cute with the total being a point lower than it was last year when the over soared, but I'm not. These defenses are that bad, and these offenses are that good. Coastal Carolina has a stud receiver, Sam Pickney, who actually transferred from Georgia State. So there's a little revenge narrative there for Coastal Carolina today as he faces his old school. That kid's a stud, absolute beast. But these defenses, Javon, they give up big plays like it's their job. And both these offenses capitalize and thrive off the big plays on offense. So that's a recipe for an over. I'm not going to bet it myself because it makes too much sense, but I definitely lean that way. Give me points, hopefully from Georgia State.
Yeah, agreed. If we're talking big plays, I think one of the guys that's going to get it tonight is Jared Brown. We'll take his over receiving yards, 64.5 for Coastal today. I think he's going to be one of the guys that's going to shred that Georgia State defense. And I like Pickney too, obviously, but Jared Brown is my guy tonight.
Okay. There should be plenty of yards, plenty of points in this game. And chat, I mentioned it earlier, Marcus Carroll. I like his rush yards. It's close to 100. And Javon, I love your take on it, but this kid has had at least 20 carries in every game so far this year. And now he is the lead back in this offense, and he's been impressive so far this year. And he's entering this game healthy, ready to roll. Last year, he averaged 5 yards per carry against Coastal Carolina, one of his best numbers of the season. I think he does that once again. And if you crunch the numbers, he gets 20 carries today, and he's averaging 5 yards a pop. That over's hit. I'm no mathematician, but that math checks out. They're going to be feeding Carroll today. Number one, because that's their best option. This team only really runs the ball. That's what they do. They tested out throwing a little bit against Charlotte last week, but that's because they were destroying them. This team's bread and butter is grounded pound, running the ball with Granger and Marcus Carroll. And I think it's going to be the latter coming through, especially with how shaky Granger looked in this game last year. I think they'll be willing to kind of feed the ball to Marcus Carroll early and often and see if they can establish the run and win that way. And he's going to get plenty of carries to get over 100 yards.
Yeah, I agree. Again, I don't think there's going to be any solution for Coastal Carolina to the run game that Carroll and Granger are going to set up for them. So I have absolutely no problem with this.
Dubs. And if it wasn't clear already, chat, give me Georgia State plus 6.5. All right?
Yeah.
What do you like in this game on the books, Javon?
I would lean that 6.5 too,
Okay.
but I'm very likely not getting involved.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving, Javon. We got a couple prize pick squares in this game. Marcus Carroll, Jared Brown. Any other bases we need covered?
I don't think so.
It's about that time to talk some Thursday night football facts.
Could be.
Amen. Let's talk about the Giants and the 49ers. God, this game is moose. Unbelievable. But we got it. This is what we're stuck with here, folks. And it's an NFL game, so we can't be bitching. We got to lock in and find winners. It's the only way. All right? I like the Giants. It seems like everybody likes the Giants today. I've been seeing it all over Twitter. although the splits don't really reflect them being as public. It seems like a pretty popular, sharp POD on the gambling Twitter sphere. It really does. But I don't care. Okay, it's such a buy low spot for the Giants, who could not have really looked worse as the Rays bang. Really could not have looked worse in the first 2 weeks. They barely pulled out a win last week against a team who supposedly is tanking. And the week before, I mean, we don't even need to talk about that, 40-0 against the Cowboys. The stock does not get lower on Daniel Jones and the Giants. And with Saquon out this week, Javon, I mean, are you kidding me? No way the Giants keep this within 10. They've got no shot. They're playing the best team in football, the 49ers, who have stomped on their team so far this season and have looked like the best team in football. There's no way they keep it within 10. Well, folks, if that was the case, they wouldn't play the games, and we wouldn't even be able to bet on them. And that would suck. And thank God that's not the case, because dogs are barking, especially in the NFL, and they're going to be barking tonight. Give me Daniel Jones, who looked great in the second half. Give me the Giants to keep this one within the number. It's not going to be easy, but I am taking the points.
Yeah. I'll tell you the one spot I don't want to be, which is keeping me away from the Giants. Not just the fact that all I've seen the entire last couple days, and especially this morning, is the Giants, but all I've also seen is Christian McCaffrey unders, which that is, I don't want to be on a side fading that guy when I've seen that 24/7, but I wouldn't mind just taking the under, because I do think to some degree, like, the Giants defense is going to slow down the 49ers offense, especially like Brock Purdy is one of those guys who, when he faces teams who blitz or send a lot of pressure and they get to him, takes a significant hit in a lot of his efficiency. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised to see that, especially early on today, before maybe the run game is established. I don't know. Everybody's fading CMC because it's a short week, and Elijah Mitchell is going to get more carries because they said that. So I don't know what the story is there, but we'll see once that run game gets settled in the second half. I think it's going to be a little shock for Brock Purdy early. So honestly, I wouldn't mind the first half under.
Getting it out. No fluke shit.
Yeah, getting it out.
A point in this game. Okay. Sure. Give me the 49ers defense to stand up, and give me the Giants defense to play better than they've been doing, because they are better than that. The Giants, no matter who they have on that defense, I feel like they're always overperforming. We haven't seen that yet this season. Maybe they catch the 49ers sleeping a little bit at home after a nice, easy 2-0 start. Javon, another popular narrative for today. Obviously, Saquon's out. Matt Breida, revenge game. He's on the Giants. Don't be fooled by the jersey. He used to be on the 49ers. Now he's on the Giants, and he's going to get the starting nod today, Javon. And I'm seeing a lot of Matt Breida talk. I'm also seeing his fantasy score getting bumped down from 9.5 to 8.5. Who the heck is he going to run behind to find any sort of lanes against this D-line? Let's not kid ourselves. Who is he going to run behind? The Giants' O-line is toast. They're cooking. The 49ers' D-line is elite. If the Giants want a chance in this game, it's going to have to be Daniel Jones through the air. I hate to say it, but I'm seeing his passing completions getting bumped up on Prize Picks as well. It's not going to be the Breida show, folks. Do not be fooled by an easy narrative of backing a revenge guy to be first touchdown scorer or anytime touchdown. Guys, his score's getting bumped down on Prize Picks. Who the heck is he going to be able to run behind? No one. He's going to get stuffed.
No. Yeah. I think the only guy that's going to run this game is Daniel Jones. So I'm taking it as, because I do think, on both sides, I'm expecting pressure from both these defenses. Obviously, a little more from the 49ers, which their front seven and the Giants' offensive line issues. So I think he'll be running for his life for a bit. So that's, if I'm squaring up in this game and taking an easy, I guess, narrative, that's the one that I want to buy into. But yeah, I don't see any run game really outside of the Giants for that. And I think your passing egg will come into effect in the second half when the 49ers start to realize that or they make second half adjustments after the Giants send pressure, which they've sent the third highest blitz rate in the NFL. They're going to do that. They're going to play man-to-man. So they're going to make second half adjustments, and Brock Purdy's going to attack that in the short game. So second half, that's going to start to happen, and they'll make adjustments. But early on in the game, I don't see much on the ground game happening for either team. Obviously, more so the Giants.
Okay. Except when DJ's running for his life, like a chicken with his head cut off and scrambling.
Yeah, it's more of a out of necessity ground game. It's a little different.
Yeah. DJ completions bumped. Yep. Great sign. I like that square as well. And we'll talk plenty of Prize Pick squares here, folks. Somebody said something about crafting up a two-piece as well. Javon, what do you think about Waller tonight, bro?
I mean, it's hard to hate him. He's going to be – it all depends on the depth of route they're going to run for him, but he's going to have to be a safety blanket for him with the pressure that the 49ers are going to get on Daniel Jones against that O-line. So I don't disagree with it in the slightest.
Okay.
Also, I know it's not going to be the secondary on him the entire time. The 49ers secondary is not good. I don't know, Mid-Major Matt was bringing up that point. They have consistently rated towards the bottom of the NFL. It's more like their front seven makes them look good. So if you're going to have the handful of times where Daniel Jones is not going to see pressure, he's going to dice that defense. Darren Waller is.
Okay. Rumor has it Trent has his first touchdown scorer video dropped. We might need to check that one out, folks. We might need to check that one out. Need to know who he's on. And I do like Waller today. And by the way, his targets got bumped up.
Yeah, I saw that.
Good sign. W's. He's on Kittle. Oh, no. I already saw who scores the first touchdown tonight, folks. Let's see what he's got.
I already saw who scores the first TD tonight. Brock drops back on the 16-yard line, and he finds George Kittle. Also, Niners spread is a bookie bankruptcy mega max, and this prize picks entry is smacking. We'll be seeing.
Dude.
Bookie bankruptcy mega max.
Giants have life. Let's go. Come on, Big Blue. We're so back. We're so back, folks. Come on. Giants are back. This game's going to go either two ways. The Giants are going to almost win, or they're going to lose by 30. So maybe even an alt line at +7 to get some plus chicky going. Wouldn't mind that one bet. That's what I see in this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I do think it hangs around that 10. Just judging by the action we've seen on both sides there and kind of getting it to settle at that 10.5. So I don't know. I wouldn't play around with any alt lines in this one unless you're taking the Niners.
Okay. And I'm praying we see that Giants line go back to 10. Do you have any Giants or Niners jerseys? This determines my bet tonight. Okay.
Well,
that's how he decided his bet?
I'm in the lab. I bet.
Great. So that's how he decided. Okay.
That was what told him.
Dude. Oh. W Fruity. W tweet. Love it. All right. Squad rides. We'll get to it in a moment. We still got about 25 minutes, folks. Maybe we talk some prize pick squares in this game. We've already mentioned a couple, but I'd be down to craft up a little 2-piece or 3-piece BTL entry for Thursday Night Football. What do you think, folks? You guys be in for that? Little 2-piece or 3-piece? Maybe see one go through the net. Maybe we just do a 2-piece. Lord knows we need it right now.
Yeah.
What do you think, Javon?
I'm down.
Yeah, A-Sim's right, though. Maybe we could just take the night off.
Yeah, A-Sim's spitting.
Yeah, maybe we just don't put that plays out. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and hop. I've got a couple squares I like, Javon. That Daniel Jones completions is looking to me funny. You really don't want to take that, do you?
I mean, it's not that I dislike it or anything. It's certainly not the case. I'm just on his rushing attempts, so it's hard to want both.
Yeah, that's facts. So you have his rushing attempts. What else do you have in this game?
I just have his, not attempts, but I have his rushing yards.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure how to play too much in this game because there is an angle. I want to take the angle of Brock Purdy's going to be pressured early in the game, where he's been significantly worse throughout his career so far, partially because of the blitz. So that's going to be you're going to have two angles with that. A, he's going to run, or B, he's going to throw a lot more to his safety net type guys. So I don't know which angle you would like to take with that. Is there a FanDuel boost?
If there is, please let us know. Please.
What is it?
Okay. Also, did you see that Daniel Jones, Justin Fields rush yards combo square that's up?
Is there?
Yeah. 97.5 rush yards combo. I don't know why you wouldn't take that.
That might be air.
That might be a good pivot.
That
might be a pretty good pivot. Yeah. As Beer Achilles comes in with a sub bang. What a name. It's like Hercules, but with beer in there. 9 months. That's what I'm talking about, Beer Achilles.
Rushing yards for McCaffrey and 50 for Debo.
Ooh.
That's the boost, huh?
QB pass attempts has been soaring versus the Niners. That's because every team they play, they've been motherfucking.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
why.
If you think that's going to happen again today, then yeah, that's a great look there. Not so convinced early on, at least. Yeah, that's an interesting boost.
Very. I still think McCaffrey under is the play. I do.
Could be.
Not taking it. I'm down
I've
to
seen
stay
it.
off.
I've seen it way too many times toward the point where I'm
Okay.
good, but certainly not backing him.
You guys go over sides in this game. I'm late. Yeah, Giants. I'm going to be on the 10.5. Javon TBD. Javon might be on the first half under in this game.
Yeah, I would just might
Okay.
be.
Okay. Debo's cooking. People are saying in chat. Let me know your guys' favorite Prize Pick Square for the Thursday Night Football game in chat. I want to see some. Let me see your guys' favorite play today. Ray McLeod first touchdown. I bet.
Could be.
I don't know about that one. I don't know. What about that Breida square? Less than fantasy score. Overreaction to him balling, getting bumped down twice.
I mean, what do you think his role is going to look like today?
I think they're going to use all their RBs. I don't think it's just going to be him. And I think they're not going to have any success whatsoever. They're going to be down in this game, and they're not going to be running the ball really that much at all. And if they're on the goal line, it's going to be Daniel Jones. It's not going to be Breida like everyone's expecting.
I can see that. I mean, I have no issues, especially getting bumped down. I think it's pretty telling. So definitely not going to go against it there with you.
Breida less than fantasy score. Waller more than fantasy score. Okay. Giant shutout. Oh no, that's not good. Elijah Mitchell, even Trent playing him. Ooh. Okay, Mitchell over CMC under. Okay. Purdy more than pass yards. Look at previous. Yeah, and I thought it was weird he had that pass and touchdown square up too, Javon. I'll be honest. Thought that was kind of weird.
Could be. Certainly could be.
Daniel Jones over rush plus pass. Sure. I think we'll probably go Daniel Jones more than rush yards. Is that your favorite square?
Yeah, that's my favorite square, but with a asterisk, just because I think that the Prize Picks board for this game, which I mean, it's a gross game in general. It's not what I love, but I'll gladly take a stab at that.
Okay.
Something else that I guess could be good for Daniel Jones completions. I was looking through the bumps and trying to see. We're talking about Waller being a safety blanket kind of more in short yardage. He's one of the few guys that I've seen one of the new categories that they brought up, the yards and first however much attempt. He's one of the one guys that I've seen get bumped down numerous times. So maybe it is bumped down. So maybe it is just really
Safety
quick short yardage Darren Waller.
And you know what? I wouldn't mind taking it a step further and taking Darren Waller's targets, which got bumped up as well.
Yeah.
That way we don't got to worry about him, dick fingering the ball or the 49ers defense. At least he's getting a target. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not against that at all.
Okay. Daniel Jones, pass attempts, and Purdy, less than completions. I like those plays, Austin. Although I will say the Prize Picks board's telling me Purdy's going to have a pretty good day today. Maybe he'll be the one putting up the points and not McCaffrey, and that's how it's going to be done. Because I am hearing a lot. Where'd he go? Everyone's on Elijah Mitchell. Yep, I hear a lot of Mitchell gas. And he has gotten bumped up a couple times. He has.
Yeah, by a yard.
Can we check the Jake Moody fantasy square? Yeah, we can. We'll take a peep at it. San Francisco is going to be all over Jones with no rushing attack besides him. Yes, I agree. 100%. Jake Moody. Legacy game incoming?
Maybe not.
We fading him?
We can fade him.
Grab Javon, boots on ground for Mizzou Memphis Saturday, and he plays. Ooh, we're going to go over all the college football tomorrow for the weekends, but I wouldn't be taking Mizzou on Saturday.
It's hard to back him.
Yeah.
Hard to back him.
But an incredible win, and that 61-yarder was insane. What do you think about Hodges? Jones likes Hodges, and he had a pretty good rep with him last week.
Yeah, I don't hate that. He's just I can't stand betting on Isaiah Hodgins. It's like he's like a Sky Moore, but not as bad. because like he certainly has his weeks a little more than Sky Moore does, but he's like the sharp Giants wide receiver every single week. It's just he has massive up and down swings.
Yeah, and then also we got to bring up Wandale. He's back.
Yeah, Wandale coming back throws a wrench into everything too, potentially.
Okay. We'll see how healthy he is. We'll see how dynamic he looks coming back from that ACL tear early last season. Can we take Jake Cave unders today? Yeah, we probably should have locked those in. Just out of spite.
Yeah, might be air.
Golly. All right. Javon, we need a 49er square there, bro. That's the problem.
We do. It's a fact.
That's the thing. And I'm looking.
That is a fact.
I mean, could fade Kittle.
Do we want to fade Kittle?
Probably not. He hasn't really been doing much.
Yeah.
Niners D, less than fantasy score.
That would be nasty.
That would be a
disgusting.
crazy person move. I don't know if I can even do that.
Yeah, that would be.
Devo rush yards, maybe fading that, chat. Maybe fading that. Oh, man. I don't know, folks. I don't know if we can find a Niners square.
Yeah, the Niners is because a lot of it, I mean, hinges on the McCaffrey Elijah Mitchell debate, which is, I mean, everybody is pretty clearly on one side today. I just don't know if I want to get involved.
Gano over 50 field goals. Okay.
Might be air.
50 yards, I'm assuming. That probably is air. You know Gano's going to kick at least 250 yards today. 100%. 100%. We could fade McCaffrey receptions.
See, I don't hate that. If I was going to fade him, I might not do that because if it is true that Elijah Mitchell is going to play more, a lot of that's going to be in the receiving game, which, I mean, I don't think they're going to have to use nearly as much anyway in this game, but that could be the way to do it.
Yeah, maybe we get McCaffrey less than receptions. That could be it right here, folks. We need to find some sort of way to fade McCaffrey. That's probably our best look, but we don't want to do it the square way with the yards like everyone else does. Okay? Your ball knowledge is fucking horrible. He will hit receptions, idiot. Damn, that guy's got some problems, and I hope the other 500 people in here understand that. Let's keep going. All right. These props are tough today. Yeah, this game stinks, Devin, but we're doing our best. Okay?
Yeah.
A couple squares we could definitely put ourselves down for would be Daniel Jones, more than rush yards. I like that DJ completions, so we'll have to pick between those two. And then maybe that McCaffrey less than receptions. I feel like we definitely got to lock that in now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't love that one enough to go to the grave with it, but it's a tough one, dude. 49er squares are ridiculously tough.
I mean, we could pair some giant squares with a baseball play. I just want to get the people a two-piece winner. I don't really care how we do it.
Hey, we could just listen to the people and do it. Take one of the two. Trust the chat.
CMC will have a cigar lit by half. Oh no. Oh no. Are we ignoring CMC less than rush attempts? No. Not ignoring it. Just very, very, very public. Nick Bosa less than 0.75 sacks. I can't do that, folks. I can't. All right. Maybe we go McCaffrey. Ride LC. What is she on today? Does she have a square in this game, folks? Let me know. I think we go McCaffrey less than 4 receptions. And we go Daniel Jones. I want to go completions, but if you want to put meat on tape for rush yards, I'm down because I do think he's going to be running like a chicken with his head cut off today.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay. What's he at right now? 37.5?
7.5.
Has that gotten bumped?
Yeah, I got bumped up like a yard.
Okay, good. All right, chat. Let's send a little two-piece. for some Thursday Night Football Jeff Bezos action, huh? Why not us? Daniel Jones, more than 37.5 rush yards, and McCaffrey, less than 4 receptions. Okay? He can pop off a 75-yard wagon as long as that only counts for one of his catches. That'll play. That'll pat. All right? W's, chats. We got a little prize pick squares for you there. And we also have a couple in that Georgia State Coastal Carolina game that we liked. Do not forget about Marcus Carroll, more than 97.5 rush yards. And definitely don't forget about Jared Brown, more than 64.5 receiving yards. W's?
Surely. Yep.
And surely do not sleep on Graham Gano, longest field goal, because that guy on prime time, it's got to be minus 1,000 on the books. I don't even know if it's up.
Yeah.
It's death taxes and Graham Gano kicking a 55-yarder to either win a game or tie it. And I'll tell you what, that guy was the worst kicker on earth when he was in D.C. on the Manders. He was the worst kicker in the league. They used to boo the crap out of him when he'd walk on the field. Now look at him. Can't make it up.
Yeah.
Can't make it up. That guy's a winner. That's why we're taking the Giants plus 10.5 tonight, folks. Javon, that's probably my favorite play in the football game, straight bet wise. You'd go first half under in Thursday Night Football?
Yeah, that'd be mine.
W's, Georgia State plus 6.5 on the gridiron.
Yeah.
Sure. And then MLB plays. What would you say your one donkey of the day is right now? I know the slate's miss.
Yeah, slate sucks. But I'd say Braves to rip 6 on
team total.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I've already seen it. Jake Irvin's been a little too good. Like the Braves.
A little bit.
Been a little too bad.
We'll say that Mets close second.
Mets ML. I mean, you're speaking my language, bro.
Yeah, that one's nasty. That one's nasty, but it's got some baseball sense to it. So.
It does have some baseball sense. Sure.
Yeah.
It does. You really think Daniel Jones is going to outrun those linebackers? Sure. Daniel Jones is elusive. He's quick.
Really
He's fast. He's fast. All right. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. Chat, it's about that time. We need to hit a squad ride today like we need oxygen.
Air.
It's that simple. Why not us today? All right? Like Devin's saying, why not us today, chat? Let's have a day. Let's smack a squad rides. I think maybe people got a little complacent with how much we were winning and maybe taking that for granted a little bit when we were on a crazy stretch last month. Guys, losers happen. You know we're bouncing back. You know we're doing the research. You know we're grinding. You know we're taking nasty, fade in the public contrarian plays. And you know we're putting you guys in the best spot possible to hit your bets tonight. Javon, what do we like? Atlanta team total over?
Yep. Can start there.
Sure. Atlanta team total over. Do we want to go Georgia State?
Yeah, I could put Georgia State in there.
And we got a Brewers bang. I fucking bet.
It's just one. Be all right. Let's throw the Mets in there too.
Sure. We've got Atlanta team total over. We've got the Mets ML. We got Georgia State plus 6.5. What do we want to do about this Thursday night football game, Javon?
Well, you have a side net, so you can put that in there if you want to.
I don't know if I want to, brother. I don't know if I want to. After what we saw last night with the Dodgers winning that poll for no reason other than them being named the Dodgers.
It's also true, yeah.
Because you know what's going to happen if I put the big blue in the poll.
It's 100%. Yeah, 100% winning.
Chad, what do you guys want in the poll? We do this all for you. We did this all for Lembong. What do you want in the poll? Let me know. Drop your favorite play in chat right now. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Hurry up. Go. Go. Yankees ML. Sure. Krabs, you literally had a play on the Dodgers. Yeah, I did.
Ride the squad ride.
I lost coin. It sucked. Let's get it back with the squad ride today, and let's stop bitching like we're middle school girls. And let's lock in and find some winners, folks. It's that simple. It really is. O's team total over?
Could be. Honestly, that line moving down is weird. with a
Yeah, why is that
announced
line
starter.
moving down now that Hunter Gaddis is confirmed?
Yeah, it's a
What?
little strange.
What?
That's interesting.
Ozone out. No, definitely not after that line's moving.
Yeah.
No chance, Bubs.
Hear me
I
out.
think we go Toronto Yankees under.
Okay.
Squaring up for catch.
There we go.
Under 7. And I think we go
This is
I think we
tough.
put him in. I think we put him in.
Might have no other choice.
I think we put him in, and we let the people decide. We trust the people. They picked us winners for the last year overall. Almost 40 games over 500. We trust. Giants plus 10.5. Let's put it in. I trust. Always. I know this is the sharpest chat to ever exist. I know you guys are joining here every single day, coming in to find some winners. And I know you guys get it for the most part, besides some weirdos in chat. But you guys get it. And this is the sharpest chat out there in the sports betting community by far. By far. Okay, so pick a winner. We got 5 plays. Atlanta team total over, Mets money line, Georgia State plus 6.5, Toronto, New York under 7, and the G-Men plus 10.5. Hurry up, go, 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 go. Get your votes in. Hurry up. The poll is up in the Twitch chat. Hurry up, go, go, go. Get them in. Get them in. Come on. Braves already cashed. Sure. What are Lauren's picks? I don't know, but I need them. I need them like air. She is still on fire. Niners by 14. Sure. Go, 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 go. Hurry up. The one with 3 votes is air. Always is. Always is.
Yeah. It's usually how it goes.
What's up, Javon?
Said, yeah, it's usually how it goes.
First time chatter. What are Lauren's picks? Let me see if she's tweeted out anything yet. If not, maybe we'll get some milk on the search stream. Let's see if she's tweeted out any squares. None yet. Guys, make sure you guys check out the We'll Be Seeing pod. Good, so we can flash up that tweet and get the people going for that. That would be beneficial. Guys, make sure you're checking out the We'll Be Seeing podcast. It's relatively new. There's about 10 episodes, and they've been good, entertaining. So check them out. They're on YouTube. Fire. All right, go check it out. They're talking about some of the drama between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Are you with Portnoy on this one? Do you think Travis Kelce is just a clout monster and he's just out there doing whatever he can to keep his name relevant? Or do you think he actually loves her?
I trust Travis, man. I
mean, you're not making friendship bracelets and bringing them to practice and having everybody in the media seeing it and knowing that and not caring about the embarrassments if you don't love him. I think he does.
Yeah?
I think 100%. He does. You're not making friendship bracelets and telling people about it so that millions and millions find out that you do that as a grown man for nothing.
Nah, Travis.
Okay, Travis Kelce might be bought in. He might be bought in.
Yeah.
People are saying he's back.
That touchdown square might be green.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't even know if I want to fade it.
It's a tough narrative to fade this week.
Yeah, and Taylor Swift is the worst. I agree. I can't stand Taylor Swift. That might be the hottest take of them all. Straight up. We'll see how chat reacts to that one, but it's how I feel. Not a big fan.
Good take, though.
I'm a fan of Travis Kelce, though. I am. I think he's a beast. W's chat. We got about 3 minutes to get your squad ride votes in. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Get your votes in. It looks like it's going to be Atlanta team total, unless you guys want to do something about it. All right. I'm surprised we didn't get more Georgia State plus 6.5 bets. Are you guys scared of Grayson McCall? I don't blame you.
It might be.
I don't blame you. Common L take from Krabs. I'm just not a Taylor Swift guy. When I listen to her music, it makes me angry. I wish it didn't, but it does. I like some of her older stuff, but the newer stuff is shit. It is. Come on. Georgia State is just bad. Diesel bets. What if I told you their QB is going to look like Lamar Jackson tonight, running on the ground, being a stud, and they're 3-0 for the first time in their program's history? Times are looking up in Georgia State right now, folks. I wouldn't mind backing that team against the very popular Grayson McCall and Coastal Carolinas. All right. I went to Georgia Southern, so I'm biased. Okay. Well, there you go. Where the fuck is Bethune-Cookman? The question we've all been asking for the last 6 days. Where are they? Did the Bethune-Cookman QB transfer there?
Imagine if Lamar had suited up for Georgia State today. They would be they'd be winning by 50.
Yeah, that would be a lot. We'd be on the ML if that was the case.
We'd have
I'll tell you what, though. I'm in on Coastal Carolina, and I'm in on Granger. And it's not Danny Granger. Okay, the old Pacers, NBA maybe Hall of Famer. He might be a Hall of Fame. I don't know. It's not Danny. It's Darren. Okay, and this kid is just as quick. He is a stud. If you guys haven't watched him play yet, I promise turning on that game for a little bit before Thursday Night Football starts up will be worth your time. This kid is electric. He's a beast. And he's got some revenge on his mind from playing like moose shit last year when he blew the game and they had 4 turnovers, and most of them were because of him. He's got revenge on his mind, and I'm sure he's ready and had this game circled all season. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Danny Granger, you're balling tonight.
Goes.
All right. Chat, squad ride, last call. Go, 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 go. And it's going to be the Atlanta team total over. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. All right. No Giants, although I will be on them today. I don't think that's what we needed today. I don't think it's what we needed today.
Probably not.
The big blow. Plus 10.5. Okay. Chat, Atlanta, team total over. They're going to absolutely mock Jake Urban today. It's not going to be fun. Not for me, but at least it'll be profitable. Atlanta, the Bats are waking up on the road in D.C. They're putting up a 10-piece today, let alone 6. Give me a break. 10-piece sold to fry. Good old Braves sweat. Chad, these have done us well. Okay? I think this is exactly what we needed, Javon. Go back to the well with the Braves.
That could be the difference. Could put us right back on track.
Squares for Atlanta, Matt Olson. Ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Total bases. All right? Braves under locked. It'd be funny if you actually had the nuts to place it, but I know you didn't. I know you didn't.
You can drop the ticket under the squad ride post. I'll be waiting.
Sure. Drop the ticket. Lilo Sama 88. Yeah, let's see that slip, brother. Let's see it. Because we all know you're not fading us. Because we're better at betting than you, and we're smacking a squad ride tonight right in your face. Straight up. It's already done. I've seen it. Javon, Atlanta team total over. For all the coins, we're bringing the squad ride back to life. It starts tonight in D.C. with the Braves team total. All right?
There we go.
W's. Chat. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Stick around for the Surge stream, and make sure you guys always follow us on Pickett. If you're not using that app and you bet on a sports book, it's in a legal state. What are you doing? All right? They've got a great feed on there, less toxic. Go download Pickett. It's free, and check out what all the hype's about. All right? Stick around for the Surge stream. We'll be on here tomorrow, extra long app, talking NFL and college football for the weekends. Same time, same place.